last November.
Yeah.
Okay. And you all film every week.
Yeah.
Wow. Every time I was on IG, I'm looking like, dang, these motherfuckers is going. So I was on IG, saw the invitation. I said, oh, I'm coming. I got to jump in on this. I said,
Yo, what up? This is Mike Brown,
This is Alpha.
and this is The Art of Letting Go.
Letting go. Letting go.
So today we have a special guest, fellow Xavier alumni. Would you like to introduce yourself?
my name is Anthony Sharp, a.k.a. A Sharp. Those who know me, so I'm really happy to be here. Thank you guys so much.
Appreciate you coming through.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. How you been, man?
I'm doing wonderful. It's been, I know, a long time. Been through a lot of storms these past several years, but God has been faithful. I'm grateful to be where I'm at now, reconnecting with family and getting back on track, and just still continuing to be a blessing to everybody who comes into my path. So just moving onward and upward is where I'm at now. So happy to be back here with my brothers. So this wouldn't be a podcast if I was able to come on and so we can spread the extra love and continue to put it out there. So thank you again for having me.
Absolutely, man. It's a pleasure to have you. It's been some years, and I can always say this about you. You've always looked out, and you've always supported everything. Like, it's like sign your signature. Yes, boy. Yes, you did that, boy. So I really, really wanted to start off by saying I really appreciate you always showing love and you always spreading love. That's always been who you were.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, man, I'm glad you're here. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Really
Thank
cool,
you.
man.
Thank
Really,
you so
really
much.
cool.
No, I believe in being a strong supporter of people, because not everybody will tell you who's in their immediate circle, who's there to celebrate them. So as long as they knew if they couldn't put a pin on somebody, they could depend on me to be there. Even though sometimes if I say I won't be there and I show up late, I'm still coming. I'm still coming because I'm again put through stretching myself in so many different directions. But just always wanted to just be there for everybody and say, you know, hey, I got one genuine supporter in the room somewhere. So absolutely.
Dope. Did y'all have anything you all wanted to talk about or share today?
I think for me, something I would like to talk about is just being able to push through. You know, when you reach those points of like being tired and just avoiding the burnout. I know last week for me was it was a challenge because I've been working so hard over the past month. So I felt myself about to burn out.
Okay.
And I prioritized myself this weekend over anything. I was supposed to go to this music trade show called NAMM. Ended up skipping out on it.
Okay.
Didn't go, and I know what kind of opportunities it would have been for networking and all that kind of stuff. But I took time for myself. I spent the whole day Saturday resting, and I spent Sunday with friends and family. And I don't think I would have gotten that had I gone to this trade show. So,
And you wouldn't have gotten that because you would have then sacrificed your me time. And a lot of times people don't see the essence in that. And I remember when you posted or saying something about, you know, actually you posted it on your IG and you were leaning back on the couch and saying, you know, hey, we all need to take a mental health day for ourselves, even if it's just sitting at home doing nothing. If it's just sitting at home watching TV, binge watching your favorite show for 3 hours. If it's just getting up, using the restroom, showering, laying down on your couch in your birthday suit watching TV. That's your business. That's your mental health day. If it's just sitting poolside by yourself, whatever me time is, whatever that constitutes for you, you need to do that, because we're in a rush now. We're always on the go. We're rushing through traffic, pushing through, trying to do this, trying to do that, meet all these different deadlines, and little do we stop to make time for ourselves. And for me, and I can definitely piggyback on that, I'm the top victim for that, because I move and go so much, doing so much for this person, just wanting to be a blessing so much, to help people and do this and do that. And sometimes you're like, wait a minute, I need to press the stop button, tell so-and-so I'm not coming tonight, because you don't want to get to the point of where you get really sick. And push yourself to the point where it's like, okay, I can't go anymore. I'm trying, but let me just push one more. And then you find out you done blacked out and woke up in the ER at Cedar Sinai. Like, how did I get here? Because I've been pushing so much. And so we must take time for ourselves. There's a scripture that says, love thy neighbor as thyself. And really look at that. Look at how you're treating yourself. How are you loving yourself? Am I taking time for me? Am I taking time to unwind? And many people, there's a misconception with that, oh, if I'm taking time out for me, I'm being selfish. No, you're taking care of you. You only get one you. The people that love you only get one you. We only get one of us. And so the people that love us want us to be here. They want us to still be around. And so we need to take that help. I love my boss, who's passed on now, but she would always tell us, and I loved her for it. She said, look, if you were not feeling it, roll over, grab your phone, text me and say, Nelly, I'm taking a mental health day today. I'm not feeling it. I will see you tomorrow. Okay. And she'll see us tomorrow. And whatever that is for you, you've got to do that. Not got to, because it sounds forced, but want to do that, because it's a value to you. It's something that you want to do, because it's going to make you better. And true friends who understand will get it, and will say, that's when I first came in here tonight. And Wayne started apologizing, like, excuse the house. What you apologizing for? I'm a guest in your house. This is your house. This is how your house looks when I'm not here, when we're not here. So live and do you. If y'all not complaining, I'm not either, because this is your place. This is your domicile. This is your place to unwind.
She complained.
Well, we know the missus. We know the missus is always going to want order, always. But again, you have your moments where it's like, look, babe, I love you, but hey, this tub is calling my name. This bed and this pillow is calling my name. To really take a moment to unwind, because when you lose sleep, become grouchy, mean, start throwing shade, even though it's not intentional, but it just comes off. And I know from being in a former relationship with someone who had bad insomnia, really bad, and it was just every other day. It was, like, now's not the time. You may not want to say nothing to me because I'm on edge. And you never really think about how important sleep really is.
Absolutely.
And how critical you must get it. And the thing is, if you don't, guess what? This beautiful, awesome, godly designed body will tell you. That brain will start hurting, them eyes will start hurting, everything. You will slowly break down.
Absolutely.
And before you realize it, what's going on with me? Am I okay? What happened? Oh, you just came in here and passed out. We really thought we were about to call the ER because you were passed out for like almost 9 hours. And a lot of times you don't realize how much you really need it. I remember going to sleep one time. I was so drained, and it was a choir rehearsal night, and I said, Sister Darlene, I'm not coming tonight. I gotta go home because I'm just not feeling it today. I laid down at 9:30. I did not wake up until the next morning at 6:30. Didn't realize it. And a lot of times, again, when you really just pay attention and look at the clock the next time, realize, oh my gosh, like 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 hours. Straight sleep. Uninterrupted, beautiful sleep. Right. So whatever that is, and for you, do that. Whatever time you've got to carve out for yourself, carve that time for yourself. So I applaud you for going and doing that for yourself. For me, flash mobs is my therapy.
Yeah.
It's because Janet Jackson got her own set of dances. I wasn't able to get on tour. So I had to put this talent to use. And so flash mob is a great way to do that too, for me to unwind, get out of my head, be around a group of people who don't judge, who love you, who love the energy that you bring to the room, to surprise someone who doesn't even know you.
Yeah.
And it's a memory that will live on forever and ever. It ends up on YouTube and they put it on their archives, to know that, oh my gosh, like this is a universal language. People are showing me love on my birthday, my engagement, my special day, to just come and celebrate me. So it's whatever that is, do that. So I applaud you for that, and do more of it. Yeah. I'm one, I will seriously take off work. If a flash mob falls on a Sunday morning, I will skip church.
Wow.
And go and go enjoy myself, because we push so much, and I'm working 6 days a week. Only off day is Sunday, but thank God that's changing. Next month I'll be off on Sundays and Wednesdays.
Okay, nice.
So to give myself that time, so when I'm off, when I teach my class Wednesday morning, which is 3 hours, I have the whole entire rest of the day to either go to a function, go to a movie, just sit still and just sit outside and breathe and exhale, inhale and exhale the air.
Yeah.
Is more than enough.
That hit a nail too. Just inhale and exhale the air, and we talk about that a lot on here, as far as just breathing and consciously breathing and paying attention to how you breathe can change so much for you. Being mindful of that, and just in itself. And then when you start to add on the other things, like, you know, the art, the flash mob dancing, the you teach. I know that you act. You do a lot of different stuff, like even outside of your work schedule. And I know that you've been like that since I've known you from college. So it's good to hear you talk about all of this stuff. He sends messages every morning. You know what I'm saying? Every single morning without fail, he sends messages to my phone and a lot of other people's phones, just encouraging words and motivational things to say. So you're definitely living in the practice of everything that you're saying.
Absolutely.
And it's great to see that as an example, because, you know, sometimes we can get to the habit of talking about stuff and we're not always doing it. And I know even yesterday, you invited me to come to the thing, and I slept all day. Yesterday. Like, I had my baby shower was on Saturday. It was amazing. And I didn't even realize how tired I was. Like, I was emotionally drained from having to put this thing on, and all of these people coming out, and me wanting to do something for my wife. I was drained, and we literally, like, I told Karen, we was like, oh yeah, we gonna go, because she was hungry. And we was like, yeah, we go get some food, we go chill, you know, it's gonna be cool. And when I tell you, I got up and I was like, okay. She was asleep. I was like, I'm gonna lay back down. I think she got up, I was asleep. She said, I'm gonna lay back down. And I was like, all right, then we just go sleep. Like, that's what we go do today. And it felt great, man. It felt amazing. And to know that, Mike, you've talked about this on here before too. In the last 3 weeks, I've had one side of my car, both tires pop, hit a pothole. The next week, the other side of the car, both tires pop. Over the weekend, somebody threw up in my car.
Wow.
This morning, I couldn't find the key to my car to go to work. I had to catch an Uber.
Wow.
All of these things are just like hitting me, and I'm just like, what is 35? What are you doing to me? Like, what is going on, bro? Like, I'm not really feeling you right now.
What is going on here?
And just to know that I can breathe in positive energy, and I can keep myself afloat, even though, like, this is, like, I want to go off. I want to be mad. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, there's too many positive things going on in my life for me to allow this negativity to affect anything that I have going on.
Exactly. And what we have to understand is that God has already promised us some troubled days on this earth. It's going to happen. Life is going to happen. Life is going to hit us. A flat tire, you run over a nail, you know, long lines at the grocery store, traffic, you know, pain in your body, all these other different things. And so it's like, what's the point of raising your blood pressure, putting yourself on blood pressure medication, giving yourself migraines for what? We all gotta wait. It happens. And then it's just like, and to me, I'm like, yes, of course, we're in this skin, this flesh, we're going to get mad. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know what? I had transportation. I had the resources to get to work, to get home from work, to get to school, to get to where I need to get to. I have the funds to get the tires fixed. I'm going to eventually have my time where I can get my stuff and check out and all these different things. And so, and a lot of times we don't realize that's putting pressure on our bodies too. That's putting pressure on us, on our minds. And we're like, oh my gosh, am I doing this to myself? Being honest and transparent about that. Am I doing a lot of this to myself? Am I allowing too many things to get into my space? Am I allowing too many things to rent space in my mind when they don't pay rent? So so with that, it's going to happen. Things are going to happen, but it's how you handle them. A lot of stuff gets under my skin and my nerves, but after I'm like, okay, you know what? It's either going to be me or you today, and I'm not going to I'm not going to feed this at all. You know, whatever I feed will grow. Whatever I starve will die. So if I continue to starve this urge to want to go off, it's not going to raise up in me because I'm choosing a higher road. I'm choosing a different response. I'm choosing to respond differently to keep myself at peace. And a lot of people look at you like, that don't make you mad. Yeah, but what we gonna do?
Right.
We can't go nowhere. Isn't everybody going 2 miles an hour? Okay, just sit back and wait. Relax.
And I think you got to recognize, at least I know I do in my life, I recognize those moments as just moments. You know, so those things that bother you, it's like, it doesn't have to take up your whole day. This hour of traffic could just be this hour of traffic. And for me, like, traffic is one of those things that I can't stand. So I had to find a way for me to balance my traffic. So if traffic takes me here and makes me this anxious, okay, what makes me feel good? I like music.
There you go.
So let me find the music that I like so I can listen to this music while I'm in traffic and not have to worry about being in traffic not moving, and just it's taking my mind somewhere else. So I really try to find those elements, because it's more than one thing that affects you when you're in a situation.
Absolutely.
You know, sometimes it could be the people. Sometimes it can be, anything. I used to be really, the weather used to affect me a lot. So if it's cloudy, rainy, it used to affect my mood. And now that I know that, it's like, okay, so what can I do to adjust that? What can I do to start my day, to set the tone for my day? So I have like a morning routine that I do every day, whether I feel like it or not. And it makes me feel good. It makes me feel really good, because it's like, I know that this has started so many good days for me that I have to start my day like this in order to have a good day.
Absolutely. And even how you end your day as well too.
Absolutely.
And that's going to transition into your sleep pattern as well too. There's one of the church mothers who I speak to every single day, and we start and end our day with laughter. That's just how we do it. And it's just us being crazy, talking about whatever we're talking about, and just playing jokes, sending different memes to each other, just just finding stuff to laugh about. And it's just the most peaceful sleep after that.
That's
knowing
real.
then we're gonna start and with that, again, sending out the motivational messages. And I thank you for that plug. It's about commanding our morning. There's a book called Command Your Morning, and it's just really getting your mind, getting yourself armed for the day, because stuff is gonna come. It's gonna happen. But if we have a word, if we have something encouraging to hold on to read, to reflect back on and read again at lunchtime, to give us that little persevering push that we need to continue to push through the day, because some may have just rattled your nerves before lunch.
Right.
After lunch, so it's like, okay, I need to go back and read this again, because I'm almost there. I'm about to go over the edge, but I'm not going to allow something or someone to take me out of my element, because I want to have a wonderful day. Yeah, things are going to happen to me, but it's how I choose to respond that's either going to make or break my day.
Yeah. And you both highlighted like the practice of something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot harder to do that when you're not practicing it on an everyday basis. Like, it's hard to keep yourself calm if you don't work on being calm. Like, even when you are just calm, like consciously working on, like, okay, I'm calm right now, but what's going on in my body now that I'm calm? Like, paying attention to how different things are affecting you. And once you get that into practice, it's a lot easier to bring yourself back to that place when the anger starts to come up, when just different situations, because stuff happens, man. Like, it happens every single day, and we go through stuff and we feel like what, like, honestly, I'm being attacked right now. Like, this is spiritual. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of this stuff is going on. Like, I'm saving up this money and I'm spending all of this money. Like, I'm like, what's going on? Like, but at the same time, I'm like, you know what? Whatever is going on right now is just an attack. Like, it's trying to draw something out of me. It's trying to pull something away from me that I'm supposed to have.
Absolutely.
And I can't allow that to take my spirit away. I can't allow that to take my joy away, because these little situations are happening. And to take a step back and to look at what the bigger picture is really what's helping me right now. And I wanted to ask you both a question as far as recharging goes. Do you all have a certain amount that you need to recharge, or can you just take that day or take that hour and really get that feeling back? Or is it like a certain amount of time that you feel like this is what gives me that recharge back? And I know it could be situation to situation, but you know, the fact that you took the weekend to recharge, like, do you feel the recharge today, or are you still kind of feeling like?
I definitely feel it today, but I think for me it's usually felt. Like, I don't ever really put like a time limit on what it's supposed to be, because sometimes it may just be taking a nap.
Yeah,
that can make me feel recharged. But like this weekend, I knew I needed the whole weekend, and really, when I took Sunday I woke up feeling good, but Sunday I was also like, I would rather spend the day with my friends and my family as opposed to going do something that's going to require a lot of energy that I don't want to use. And being around my people, it was like we got to exchange the energy, like we were transferring it, because you know, kind of going back to what we were talking about routines and stuff. For me, the people I surround myself around also give me a lot of balance, because it's like they go through the same things that I'm going through. So it's like, you know, I can tell them what I'm dealing with and they can share and give advice, and I trust these people enough that, you know, I take what they say into heavy consideration. And, you know, when they go through things, they do the same with me as well. But it's like, okay, so I'm having a down day, but I see one of my friends doing what he has to do and pushing through what he has to push through. I see another friend pushing through, because we all have our own journeys. But I recognize that. So I see, like, okay, my journey looks like this, but I see what his journey looks like. I see what his journey looks like. And he's still pushing through every day. He's pushing through every day. He's pushing through every day. And I'm a part of this. So that means this is in me as well. So I do it as well, and I push through, and I know the energy that they give me, I'm able to give it back by simply just following through with everything that I have to.
So that's wonderful. And for me, it's really a combination of things that really give me the recharge. Sometimes it is a good night's sleep. It's a flash mob dance, which to me is like a 6-hour Zumba workout, because rehearsal alone is 3 to 4 hours. So that's just, and then we take so we take breaks in between. So that gives me my recharge. And then when church is my recharge, ultimately it fills multiple buckets within me to keep me encouraged, to keep me moving, to give me a word to apply to my life and spread to everyone else, to encourage them wherever they're going through, because I don't know a lot of people's journeys. Some I do know, some I don't, but anything I can pour into it to help you move just one more day, to know that someone does care, that everything is going to be fine. You pushed through it, I'm going to be able to push through it too. You may not know what's going on, but this, and I get it, I don't get them often, but I don't expect people to respond when I send the messages out, but I'll get maybe once or twice a month, maybe a little more. I'll just get some statements. OMG, why are you in my business? Stay off my address. Why were you in my backyard watching? And and it's just, again, it's just all God. I don't take any credit for it. I'm just reflecting over my life, things I've been through, things people have been through, and just want to share it, not to make profit or anything, but let's just keep each other motivated, because we don't know who is 2 seconds away from choosing life or that bottle of pills in the bathroom cabinet. We don't know who is contemplating pulling the gun from dad's safe and just ending everything. So any way you can pour into someone's, for me, pouring into someone's bucket, and to see them push through, persevere, come back and tell you how much you've helped them, encourage them, is a drop or two back into my bucket saying,
Yeah.
hey, keep doing what you're doing. You know, it is helping somebody. So you get all these different moments around from people that, you know, okay, keep doing what you're doing because someone's benefiting from it in a positive way that's helping them. And going back to what you were talking about earlier about all these different attacks that come to me, I'd see that as, and I encourage you to take it as a compliment, because anytime there's any form of demonic agitation, divine elevation is coming after that.
I believe that 100%.
Because a lot of times we be thinking, oh God, what did I do?
Right.
Did I do something?
Straight up.
and I
was
don't know,
thinking that
I
too.
don't know what it is. Please please
absolutely.
turn the searchlight from heaven on me, and please tell me show me what it is on the screen. You know, but a lot of times it's like, no, this is, yeah. And a lot of times we have to think about, okay, am I going through? Is this a test about something I prayed about a week ago because I said I wanted more patience? So is this situation helping build my patience? Because a lot of times when we go through something like, what is this? What is it? And then we don't realize, okay, what did I say in my prayer closet 2 weeks ago? What did I want for my life? And I want to see this happen. I want to do this. Is this something that you say, which you always say, be careful what you pray for,
Right.
because God is not just going to just drop it. It's going to be situations you're going to go through to build that patience, build that faith, whatever that is. And so it's a compliment that, again, you know something great is coming to you if you faint not and continue to persevere to move forward, because there's something great coming for you. So it's not always something that we did wrong. It's to go to another level, and going to another level requires going through stuff. We think that we see our ministers and preachers, the evangelists and everything, you know, we look at them and think that they're on the mountain. They went through some stuff too. We want to be real, let them share some stories, and they'll tell you what they've been through, what they've gone through, what they lost, gain, hardships.
Still going through things.
Yeah, exactly. Being talked about, all these different things. So the same thing for us. We're part of what you would call the infamous crowd. But again, we all go through stuff. We all have stories, testimonies, but sharing them is a wonderful thing, because it lets someone, even that part that you're embarrassed to tell, is going to help somebody. This part that you don't want to be transparent about, someone needs to hear that. And it was something you had put on your Instagram recently that I really and I commented on it because it was just so real, how when you finally came to the realization that I didn't need to smoke, drink, do this just to have a good time. And a lot of people feel like, oh my gosh, I need to be with the in crowd. I need to do this. I need to do that just to fit in and do this. If no one can accept you for you and respect the fact that that's your choice, this is mine, I'm gonna do what I do, don't hate on me, let me do what I do, and just let you be you. That's somebody that I don't need to be hanging around, right. Because if I've got to camouflage to hang out with you,
right,
I need to go.
Yeah.
That's my exit right there. That's my caution sign right there. You need to leave now. Yeah. And so, yeah, all that. Yeah. So for me, that's it. Everything I just do, pouring into people, it comes back to me. And different things I participate in just continue to pour life into me that give me that reboot. And I've gone through some moments to where I had to totally shut down, take the battery out, and recharge to come back, because I'm like, if I don't, I'm going to pass out. I'm going to fall out. Somebody gonna come visit me in the ER because of burnout. So I've got to make in 2019 moving forward, make me time a priority on your list, whatever that is. It doesn't have to be nothing extravagant, nothing that costs money. It can be something simple as going to sit on the park bench and watch the birds play, watch families just enjoy each other, just enjoy the breeze, watch the wind blow the grass. You know, it can be something simple as one of the things I definitely want to do again that I did years ago, and that is just walking through the LA Zoo, just admiring creation, just how diverse God's creation is. It's just, to the point where it brings tears to my eyes sometimes, because I'm like, the fact that you thought enough to put them here created me, people I love, people, just the entire world, period. But just the diversity around there, whatever that is for you, make time for that. No one needs to know what it is. You do it for you because it refills your bucket. It helps you get back on track. It refills you from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet. It gets you to that place where it's like, okay, I'm ready, I'm recharged, I'm ready to go back out and continue pushing forward, onward and upward in my purpose and what I'm put here to do, work, job, school, whatever it is. But you need that.
Yeah.
I think for me, something that I learned this year that's been helping me recharge is the word no.
Come on, talk tonight. Okay.
Just because I use the word yes and maybe a lot, just because I want to, not that I want to be a people pleaser, but by nature I feel like I might be. And it usually works out negatively for me because I'll do something for somebody that I don't want to do, and it leads to a lot of obligation. In the last week or two, I've been saying no a lot, and I've been finding power in that and freedom in that.
Absolutely. Because when you say no, it's freeing you up from being obligated. It frees you up from being disappointed if someone's not pleased with what they're asking you to do and you don't come through how they want it and whatnot. And seriously, if you know on your plate it's not going to fit, don't even promise to do it. I'd rather someone, honestly, even when I've brought money from people, I'll tell them, look, hey, do not break your bank because of me. I know you love me, appreciate me, and don't mind helping, but I always put caveats out. Sometimes I will set up to be told no, because I know some people are, just because some people don't want to hurt your feelings, they don't want to say it. But I would tell people, look, if it's going to break the bank, don't. If it's going to take away from a bill, don't. If it's going to set off your budget, don't do it. If it just so happens, if you and the missus cannot, do not sign up. I know y'all gonna talk about it, but don't do it. And with that, again, it really opens up to where, again, you feel a sigh of relief at times, like you'll silently exhale, like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I let that go because I really want to do it. And sometimes it is that fear. Sometimes, again, we want to be a people pleaser, like, oh my gosh, if I say no, are they gonna stop talking to me? Are they gonna unfriend me? Are they gonna unfollow me? Are they gonna leave me alone?
Earlier though, what I've learned, at least in this time, is people that really do love me, or people that are real with me, they respect it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Even if it's something that they may not want, they respect it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And I take that as, okay, so if this person can respect me saying no, and this person can, anybody else that can't, maybe they're just not the person for me.
Absolutely. And even people who are true friends will tell you, like, they will, like, I remember being at Xavier my first year, and there was a lot going on. I was studying real hard because freshmen, we were always on it. And so, and I couldn't do something. So then a friend of mine, I came and told, I was like, Amanda, I said, I'm so sorry, couldn't come through. I said, there was a lot going on. And so then, and she wasn't loud. She just peacefully said it. She said, sweetheart, it's okay. She's like, I get it. I understand. We're studying. We're students. I get it. Don't worry about it. It's all good. So for me, that's why I've always carried that with me, and always have been an understanding person, because I don't want anyone to feel like they're obligated to me, like, oh my gosh, I know this is Anthony. Oh my God. No, I'm not no superstar, despite what you may think. No. If it's no, it's no. Again, and that's perfectly fine. I'm fine with that. If you can't, no problem. You're not hurting my feelings. It's okay. So now I gotta go. Now I'm thinking, okay, next, where's the next resource? Where else can I go? Because I mean, for some of us on the go, we're thinking, please tell me what it is so I can get up and go. If I need to find the next resource, I need to execute plan D because you were plan C. So now I gotta go find another one. So it's like, let me know. Don't leave me hanging. Say something now, so I can pick up and keep moving. And I'm not waiting to hear from you because you don't want to hurt my feelings. Tell me, I'm okay.
Yeah, and
I've dealt with it.
It's a part of, what we were talking about earlier as far as self-care too. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you have to say no. One, it is good to see who your friends really are, because when you say no to some people, they start talking, oh, I did this and I did that for them and they ungrateful. It's like, okay, well, you did that for something else, so you
absolutely
do that for you. You did
right
that for you.
Yes.
And the other side of it is just like, really checking in with yourself. Like, yo, am I really capable of doing whatever it is that you're asking me to do? 1, 2, do I want to do whatever it is that you're asking
Let's
me
ask
to do?
that question.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so
yes.
it's just important. Like, I think that this year, more than anything else, is what I'm seeing in people is they're becoming more of who they really want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've seen it in so many different circles of people that I hang out with. Like, oh, you're coming out. You're coming. Oh, okay. Like, okay, that inspires me to come out a little bit more and be more of myself. And I'm just seeing it happen more. And with that comes the no's. Because it's like, nah, that's not really who I am. I don't really want to be that. I don't want to do that. And it's exciting to see. Like, I feel like God is like, either you go be yourself or you go be miserable.
Absolutely.
And I see it happening in just a lot of different people that I'm talking to, from my wife to myself to Mike. Like, I see it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm happy to see it. I'm proud of seeing it. Like, it's like, oh, this is dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're really doing it, you know? And so it's encouraging, because I definitely have not always been in that place. I've definitely been more of a naturally more of an appeasing type of, have that appeasing type of energy. And I don't know if it was because I wanted people to like me, but it was more of like, I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to be nice, right? But nah.
Would you say that you all have been would you say that you have camouflaged at Xavier more versus now?
I don't know if I would say camouflage. I would say more so I was trying to find my way as Xavier.
Okay.
I was 17 years old, you know, meeting people from many different places. And I had all of these principles and things that I was taught at home. And now I'm meeting people that align with, like, most of my friends, honestly, before coming to Xavier, I didn't have not one friend that was like me. I had a lot of really good friends that were loyal, but most of my friends stayed in trouble, fighting, getting kicked out of school, doing everything. I got to Xavier and I met these guys that didn't want to fight, studied, were into girls or whatever they were into, and just were very calm. And I probably was, and I wouldn't say I was rowdy, but I was probably the most out there as far as personality amongst my friends. And in another circle, I was completely different. So I think I was really trying to find my way, and Xavier gave me a lot of foundation of who I am. And I think as an adult, I explored more of who I am. So I think now, you know, I feel very transparent in my life. But back then, I was really just trying to figure it all out.
Yeah, for me, I think that I think I was probably the most myself as Xavier.
Okay.
I think that in adult life, I was told that an adult was supposed to be a certain thing. I was taught that, and I love to dance. I love to act the fool. I love to do certain things, and just being around adult circles, they would be like, "You're doing too much," or "You acting like that." And it's like, I'm just being myself, man. I'm just trying to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll go to the club and I will dance by myself.
That's right.
Like, because I'm enjoying myself. You know
Absolutely.
What I'm going to see Pharrell last year at Complex Con. I'm in there dancing my behind off. You know what I'm saying? My little brothers are looking at me like, I'm like, what are y'all, like, this is amazing. This is an amazing
right.
y'all.
Absolutely.
And I'm just getting back to that place where I feel comfortable 100% in my skin. I feel like the people that I was around at Xavier allowed me to do that. Especially coming from, like, I grew up in, I've said it on the show before, I grew up in domestic violence. I saw certain things growing up that made me have to grow up a little bit too fast when I was here. So when I got to Xavier, I was like, I'm free.
Yeah.
I get to just be me. Oh, this is amazing. And I had to learn a lot about who I was still, but I was the most myself there. When I moved here, when I moved to California after, you know, being there a year after graduating, I was like, I don't really feel like me anymore. And I slowly, over time, lost more and more of myself. And I say in the last couple of years, especially in doing the art of letting go, I found a lot more of myself. And I'm comfortable, more confident in being that guy again. I'm not as goofy and all that stuff as I was as a kid because I was 17, 18 years old.
Right.
So I've matured, but I know that there's a time and a place where I can just let loose and let my hair down and just be like, I don't care what nobody has to say. I'm gonna do it.
Absolutely.
And so it's taken some years to get back to it, but I'm happy that I'm entering it now, especially about to have a child, to have that childlike mentality still.
Yeah.
Because I that's who I am. Like I'm a goofball, and I love being a goofball. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
we love you for it. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And so I can't help it. And but I will say that I wouldn't always show people that side of myself. Like I didn't always give that because I felt like that was, I don't know if I felt like that was a gift, but I just was careful with who I allowed to share that energy with. And it taught me that, what taught me to do that was you're not supposed to act like that, or you're not supposed to. So I was like, oh, okay, you're not ready for me. So
we're just gonna pull right, leave you in your section
for me. You know what I'm saying? But what about you? How do you
feel? For me, it was I started to break out of my shell a little bit because where I grew up in a family where, again, we were just ourselves. We had fun. We cut a fool. We would cut a rug and just be transparent, be fun around each other. And so when I came to Xavier, first and foremost, it took me a minute, because it takes me a minute to warm up around people. I have to fill out the environment to see if I can really go from 0 to 101 without scaring somebody. And then for the first part of my journey through Xavier, it took a minute before I started to get to interact with other people, show that fun side of me, because before I was defending everybody from California for a while, because it started to come out, the little nasty rumor about people from California stuck up. I said, hold up now. Wait a minute. There are some individuals that were raised in wonderful homes, whatever your definition of normal is, that had proper upbringings, were trained correctly, were taught right, molded right, and who just knew how to enjoy themselves and celebrate the people around them. And once I started to come out of my shell a whole lot more and just to be myself in class and really be able to do it without fear, and then have that acceptance from other people, like, oh, he's just as crazy, just as nutty, okay. And then from coming out of my shell, a whole lot more people giving me permission to do that, not just verbally, but just their body language and how they just smiled and just welcomed it, and then getting in different things that allow me to do that more. Because before, when I first got there, I wasn't doing no Mrs. Sophomore pageant, nothing. It took me a minute. It took me a minute to work up to that. I said, y'all know my element is doing Red Hot Pepper Boy at every patio show. That was it. That was it. That was hilarious. That was it. So everybody knew, okay, when the song, where's Sharp at? Where's he at? Come on, lead the song. So they knew they knew that was it. So for me, it was like, that was my element. Peer Dean, that was my element. And then it just took over from there. And then for me, it was like, a lot of people don't know, I wasn't always this confident in speaking in front of people. My aunt scared me when I was in a garage looking for something at a very tender age, like between 7 and 9. I was looking for something. She scared me. And for some reason, I had just developed a stutter after that. It was very bad. I called myself the Black Porky Pig. It was bad. Wow. It was bad. And so when I got to Xavier, I was doing group projects and group presentations in psychology class, various classes, and then people just started to just affirm me, like, Anthony, you got something to say, open your mouth, say something, don't sit quiet, you got something, I know you got something, stop playing. And I just gave agreement to that. I said, you know what I do? And I just started little by little, taking baby steps, raising my hand more in class, participating more in class, becoming president of the psychology club 2 years in a row, then finally a pageant and many different things. And then eventually was giving campus tours at Xavier. Then eventually at the job I had several years ago, joining Toastmasters, doing well there, winning, coming in second place in 2 speech contests right here in Long Beach.
Awesome.
And then all the positions I've held recently have just put me in a workshop teaching platform, and so that's where I get to really be myself. My coworkers, a handful of them, and more so my students love it. They appreciate it. They appreciate how the humor is infused in the educational aspect, which my boss came up with the term called edutainer. So you're educating and you're educating and entertaining at the same time. So the classroom is my platform. And when I read the Purpose Driven Life book one year for a church project while at Xavier, I was just sitting in my apartment. I was just thinking, just really meditating on what I was reading. And I just found myself writing the word teaching. And that's what I've been doing ever since.
Wow.
And it just allows me to come alive too. That's pretty much my one-man show. Like, the classroom is it, where I can be myself and give it, and people receive it and they accept it, and they accept me wholeheartedly. And then the feedback that you get, it's not for you, it's, you know, praising the God that gave you the gift to give back to them, to bless them, to help them. And so it just humbles me, the, you know, arriving to a place now where I can let my voice be heard, put it out there, and people accept it. And I would say, yeah, we were trying to find our way at Xavier. We got there. We had our moments where we were goofing off and having fun. But at the same time, when you're in your adult life, you know how to code switch. You know when to turn it on, when to turn it off. Let me ease myself into this new group of people who I don't know. They don't know me yet. I can't give them 101.5 yet.
Right.
I may have to give them 0 to 5 for a minute, and then eventually work your way up to that place. And once you're comfortable in your own skin and you appreciate you love you for you.
Yeah.
Anybody who doesn't, there's the dough. Please leave, okay?
Please,
because I'm one now. I thank God for delivering me from people's opinions. I really don't care anymore. We have people here today and gone tomorrow, here today, gone 3 hours later. So I don't have time to camouflage for anybody else. Some of us are nearing 40, so we don't have time. You know, it's time to take the fear reins off. And 2019 has just been that year. It's like my consistent prayer is that my encouragement filter stays full and overflows, to continue to keep me grounded, keep me uplifted, keep me humble, and keep me in a place to continue to pour my gift out onto other people to do that. So I'm definitely grateful for the foundation that definitely Xavier has given us, and just the maturity that has taken place over the years.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. I wanted to go back to this pageant. Me and Anthony competed in the pageant. We both did this little dance. He did a dance to Janet Jackson. I can't remember what I danced to even. But he beat me. He won. They won. You know what I'm saying? Him and his group won. And I just want to congratulate you for that.
Thank you so much.
Later,
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Salty.
I saw it on your face. I saw it on your face.
I was a little salty.
I saw it on your face, but it's all right.
Saying? But no, man, it's always been a pleasure hanging out with you. You know, like I said before, you've always been super encouraging. I've always felt like I could be myself around you.
Absolutely.
So again, I really, really appreciate that, man. And I'm glad that you're teaching now, because if I felt that as a kid, I can only imagine what you're giving now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so I just want to tell you to keep doing what you're doing, keep pushing. Keep sending them messages, man.
I will.
Don't always
I will.
respond, but I definitely.
I will. You do not need to respond. As I have told people, I do not expect you to respond. I know you. Some people may just only have time to roll over, look at the phone, read it, go back to sleep, and then they'll get up and read it again, and it'll really resonate. I don't expect no responses. My main push and plea is to get up as God comes by my address and wakes me up, to just pour into everyone on the mailing list, to get your day started on the right foot. Despite what comes, despite what happens, let's get up, start our day off on the right foot, and let's get moving, get cracking, because as we see now, our world is hurting, and and there needs to be a remnant of us that's still holding up the bloodstained banner, that's still holding up, the encouragement flag to just be a blessing to everybody you run into contact with, giving somebody a kind word, smiling at somebody, just saying hello, asking them how are they doing, whatever it is. So I thank you for that. I'm humbly appreciate that, and just continuing to do that. And for those of you out there who would like to follow and see the daily messages that are posted, I post them on IG every morning sometimes between 4:30 and 6 o'clock in the morning, because I'm up early. You can follow me at Mr. Anthony Sharp, no periods or underscores, MrAnthonySharp, and get your daily dose of morning motivation. Don't have to comment, but if you choose to,
Right.
feel free. There's no fanfare for me. I don't take any credit because it's not coming from me. It's coming from above. So just to be a blessing to everybody who we come into contact with. So no, thank you, fellas. This has been awesome, and just encouraging everybody, take time for you. You need it. Your family only gets one of you, your husband, wife, friend, sibling, cousin, niece, nephew, godchild. They only get one you, so take care of you. Invest in you. I call it being healthy selfish.
You got the puns, boy.
Be healthy selfish sometimes. So take that extra hour to take that nap, take that bath with candles and music, take that binge watching activity, watch those 2 old movies from your past that just put you in a happy space. Go outside, enjoy the breeze, walk the beach, wherever you find yourself, whatever me time is, whatever that definition is for you, go do it. Because it's for you. It's to benefit you. It's to benefit your overall health, mental, physical, emotional, psychological, spiritual, everything underneath that umbrella. And take time for you.
Definitely, man. I definitely appreciate you coming through.
Thank you.
Mike, where can the people find you at, brother?
You can find me at Just Mike Brown on all social media. You can find me at primomiguel.com. Just_Mike Brown on Twitter, and Just Mike Beats for all music.
Did you want to share anything else before?
No, I'm good.
All right, I just wanted to make sure.
Where can we find you?
We can Alpha Presents, ALFPHA _presents on all social media. You can find the podcast at the Art of Letting Go podcast on everything, really. YouTube, iTunes, Google Talk. What else we on, brother?
SoundCloud.
Yeah. So excuse me. Yeah, check us out, and please check my brother out. It'll definitely be motivational for you to do it. He definitely inspires me every single morning. So again, I appreciate you for coming
Absolutely.
through.
Thank you, sir.
And yeah, man.
This is Mike Brown.
This is Alpha.
And this is A Sharp.
And this is The Art of Letting Go.
Letting go. Letting go. Peace.